Name a more iconic pair than a cat in her box. I'll wait.
Alright, welcome back to vlog, well, number 2. If you missed the first vlog, by the way, please check that out. I'm going to probably put a link down below somewhere for you to click on to go watch the first one. But if you have watched the first vlog, hey, welcome back. This is vlog number 2. Before I get into what this is about, I just want to say a word of thanks to everyone who's actually checking out these videos and actually watching. It means a lot to me. If you also want to help participate in making the channel grow, I know it sounds really corny, but you know, leaving a comment down below or even just subscribing, anything helps. Even leaving a like. You can even not watch the videos, but leave a like, and that'd be awesome. But yeah, just want to extend a thank you to everyone, because honestly, I went into the series thinking that no one was going to watch this and that this would just be a fun little project for myself. So it's really cool to see people checking in. I know I've only released like a video, but the fact that anyone even watched the first video was cool to me. So, hey, thank you. But with all that said, moving on. So vlog number 2, today we are working on 3 things in particular. We are working on Incubi, we are working on Scourges, and we are working on, well, one Venom. Really, I'm just finishing the conversion on the last Venom that I didn't get to prior to this. So, but yes, without further ado, let's just jump right into it.
Now, for talking Scourges, I've got these 10 already prepped to go. The only thing I'm kind of worried about with these is eventually I do want to redo their bases. So I'm going to have to figure out a way to kind of cleanly take them off their bases so I can do some custom stuff down underneath them. But that's not going to be hopefully too bad of an issue. These ones over here that I painted about 4 or 5 years ago, these ones are going to be a little bit more tough. I may just leave them as is. I'm still debating what I'm going to do. Most people are just telling me, with the stuff I've already painted, just leave it for right now and then paint all my other stuff. And then if I want to come back and repaint them, then do that. So I'm probably just going to do that. But there is the eventuality that I will want to probably repaint them and redo their bases. But for right now, they look fine. These guys are definitely going to be the tougher ones to deal with. Because these ones, they originally, some of them originally had dark lances on them, but they were pointing the wrong direction and had missing arms. So I had to take those off, which left some, we'll just say some damages on them that I'm gonna have to go back and repair. Some of them also just, I don't know, the original person who put these together, they kind of were a little bit liberal with their usage of super glue, and they kind of seeped into all the cracks and crevices and kind of got rid of a lot of the model detail. I tried even using a type of solution that would help soften the super glue, but turns out that that didn't work and it actually just made the models a little bit worse. So I'm thinking I can cover a lot of those issues though with just covering up with, you know, their guns. But that is something I'm going to have to think about long term. Other than that, though, it really is just a matter of just putting on new guns for these guys and then priming over them. I mean, priming hides all sins, so eventually that should be okay. And then over here, I've got this Venom that I'm going to add a sail to, because I was doing my other Venoms the same way. And the idea is I kind of want them to look more like pirate ships. And so I'm going to add another one over here to this one as well.
But before we get working on the Scourges, because that's going to be a whole ordeal, let's get started working on the Incubi and just get those guys knocked out of the way, because they're honestly pretty easy. So first you need a clean space, and then you pick up your tools, just set them down right there, and then we just take our fingers and snap them, and boom, they're done. It was that easy. Oh my gosh. I wish I could just do this all day. Building is so easy when you can just do it instantly. Let's put these bad boys right next to the rest of them, where they're all nice and comfy, all put together just like that. Nice. Okay, but jokes aside, let's go ahead and put together this Venom. Just gonna grab both the Venom and the sail. I'm gonna grab this drill real quick. We're gonna just pretty much make this hole a slight bit bigger so that way we can put in the sail. And really, it's simple. You just snap it right in. This legitimately is pretty easy. No jokes aside. But yeah, and then that's it. That's all you got to do. And we just go put this with the rest of them. Beautiful. Now with the Scourges, I had to restore 5 of these, and then I also had to build 5. So what I did is I took some paint remover and used that to remove the paint from some of the ones that had already had paint on them. So I really wanted to start these from scratch. I also wanted to experiment a little bit here as well, because one of the models that I had attempted to restore had a ton of super glue in it. So you'll see me take a bit of this paint remover and apply it here. Just to see if I can remove some of that super glue that was stuck in the crevices. Long story short, it did not work whatsoever. But hey, you live and you learn and you experiment. Now, I had an extra kit of Scourges from the Real Space Raiders Battle Force. So what I did is I actually took that kit and built 2 Soul Rights, 2 Haywire Blasters, and 2 Dark Lances out of those, because that was what I needed to fill the rest of my squads. I'm not going to show that whole process on camera. I don't want to bore you with all of that. So really what I'm going to do is I'm just going to snap my fingers and, well, boom, they're done. I promise you that will never get old.
And just like that, we are done. Now, technically speaking, we are not done. We've got 2 of these guys over here that need to be equipped with Haywire Blasters sometime in the future. I'll have to probably pick those up off of the market or just pick up more Scourges. I did go over one of my old paint jobs right here and just went over it with primer and then just did a base coat on top. But the rest of these are fully built. These ones over here, I'm just going to leave these 3 alone for right now. We'll eventually get around to painting over those and then putting a base coat on top of those, but I'm just gonna leave them alone for right now. But yeah, so going right to left, we got Shard Carbines here on the right. Behind them is going to be eventually Haywire Blasters. We've got a squad of Dark Lances, a second squad of Dark Lances, and then the squad of Shredders. And then, of course, the other things we've been working on were the Venoms back there, and then we also got 15 Incubi built, and eventually will be primed. So, with all that done, what's next?
So, hobby-wise, I have 2 Raiders I've got to build. I've got 2 Ravagers I've got to build. I've got a squad of Hellions I have to build, a squad of Reavers I have to build, and then I'm also going to kit bash some Cabalites to make them look a little bit more like Corsairs. I want this to be more of like a pirate-themed army. So that's it hobby-wise. And then, of course, eventually down the line, we're going to have to work on basing, magnetizing, and then actually getting into the paint part of the project. But that's way down the line. We're still in the construction phase, which leads me to my next point. So YouTube-wise, the next video I'm going to put out is also going to be another status update. But alongside that, I'm also going to try and put out a roadmap, because I've seen some comments down below asking whether or not I'm going to put out my paint scheme or not. And yes, I will, but I do want to get through the construction phase first, and then I'll work on the painting, because we want to keep this sort of in a sequential order. Now, all that said, outside of the weekly updates, I do want to do other videos, so there may be even a possibility that I may just make a separate video of me coming up with my paint scheme, or showing off my paint scheme, I should say. I also want to branch out into tutorials. So one of the things that's been on my mind is I really want to make some like really basic tutorials on making your first miniature and painting it. And so that might be in the future in the cards as well. That said, that is going to take some time for me to put together, because I'll have to put that together at the same time as putting together my weekly updates. So time dependent, we'll see how that goes. But yeah, that really covers everything for this video. If you liked everything that you saw in this video, please down below, I promise you it does matter. Either leave a comment, share, like, subscribe. I don't know what the YouTube pleasantries, whatever you got to do. But yeah, with that said, hope you all have a good day.
You know, believe it or not, Cat, I don't need your help. No. No. Don't you do it.